Okay, so today we're doing the last of the chef's cupboard. Try saying that 5 times fast. Soup mixes. The other three are already up, and this one is the cheddar broccoli. So the instructions on this basically just, I think it's like add water and cook. 8 cups of water to a rolling boil. Whisk in soup mix. Reduce heat to medium and simmer uncovered for 10 minutes. Salt, pepper to taste. But then it also gives like for variety, so that you can say like add some chicken, and it also says like you can add a half a cup of sour cream and a cup of shredded cheddar cheese, etc., etc. And it suggests that you like sprinkle some cheese on the top. So I'm doing something different because we have so much broccoli on hand. Fridge quit, so it was in the sunroom, sitting around, and broccoli holds up pretty well at room temperature. But we're keeping the 2 newest ones that came in the last produce box that we got broccoli in, and I think that was a week and a half ago. But these ones, we're using them up first, so we're going to chop them up and cook them, but I'm not going to make you watch me do that because chopping vegetables is boring. So we'll come back when more exciting things are happening. Okay, so you got to skip all the boring part. So we had 2 medium-sized heads, and all the florets are rinsed and in the pan. They shouldn't be too big. This is ideal. If they're a little bigger than you want, you can literally just snap them in half. If for some reason you have tougher broccoli that doesn't snap easily in half, you cut it. But that's also a good indication that when you go to chop up your stems, if these don't snap in half, you probably want to peel the stems as well, because the peel stays tough. I mean, I suppose it might become tender if you cooked it for an hour, but by then your broccoli is going to taste awful. This is actually relatively small and young broccoli, so it's just going to go in there. Oh, I forgot to chop that one up. Some people actually throw away the stems. I've never really seen the point, because in many heads broccoli, the stem is like half of it. So I just toss it in there, chopped up, and then we're going to put some water in there and cook it probably for about 12 minutes, because we want something that is quite soft. If I was making this as a vegetable side, I would want something that was tender crisp, if that makes sense. But this is going into a soup, so we want something, well, super tender. And I just realized I left a piece of broccoli on the burner. Get off there. There we go. Hot? No, it's actually not. Okay. So anyway, this is going to cook for a while. As soon as it comes to a boil, I'm going to turn it down to low and see you when more exciting things are happening. Okay. So I think this is done. Is Floof on? Yes, Floof's on. Yep, so that's checked. And we're going to take the easy way out and just park this on the back to cool off while we get our soup. You know what? Yeah, no, it should work. Okay, so what we need to do is get 8 cups of water in here. All right, let's review the instructions. Yes, we need to bring this to a boil and then stir it in and reduce it to medium and then cook for 10 minutes. I found with the other one, actually, the chicken noodle and the potato one, both a medium was too high. And if I hadn't been paying attention to it, it would have burned. So I learned with those 2, you're actually better off, depending on your depending on your stove, to dial back the heat to low. But first, you need to bring this to a boil. And we're just going to cover the broccoli. And we'll be back when the water's boiled. Okay, I think we've achieved a full rolling boil. Yep. So now we're just going to rip the top off this And the other ones didn't clump either, but I'm a little bit paranoid about stuff like that, so we're going to do this kind of slowly. This is the Twist Whisk. I found out about these on another YouTube channel that I follow called Cooking the Books. She's really good. And that's where I saw her use hers, and I was like, I need one of those. So my sister bought it for me. Oh, okay, that works pretty well. You just pour the powder in. This contains milk, so it's not vegan. It is, however, vegetarian. All right, so we're going to whisk this in. It is clumping a little, but not too bad. And there we go. That's about all there is to it. So we're going to turn this on to low, which on my stove is like a 3. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to cover it. It actually says don't cover it. Yes, uncovered. I think probably the reason why they say uncovered is because I suspect if you cover it, it would get too hot, foam over, and create a huge mess on your stovetop. Yeah, this could actually stand to come down even a little more. All right, so we're going to set the timer to 10 minutes. And then we'll come back when things are more exciting. Okay, so we are pretty close to being done here. Oh yeah, that looks fine. Yep, I would say that is done. All right, so, and it did not stick to the bottom of the pan. I did have that problem a little bit with the potato soup. So, Sloofon, yes. I'm happy to say that by turning the heat to low rather than medium, as the package states, don't. Medium is a little too high. Unless, of course, you have an old stove that can get very hot, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so this is about what it looks like. Actually, it's probably easier to show you the consistency by just pouring it from a spoon. It is thick, but it is still soup consistency. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to dump the broccoli in there. Is there much water in here? No, not too bad. It's all going to go in there because I need more vegetables in my diet anyway. And then we're going to heat it up again and garnish it with probably some cheddar cheese on top. I'll taste it and see if it needs sour cream. It might. In fact, I'm guessing Bob would probably prefer this with some sour cream in it. Heck, I might prefer this with some sour cream in it. We're going to heat up so we can warm up the broccoli. All right, and I'm very much a clean as you go type person, so that's what we're going to do, and we'll be back when it gets more exciting. Okay, so through the magic of editing, everything's cleaned up. All right, so we dug out the rolls that came in the Seasonal Roots unboxing. This is the La Bella Vita. What did that mean again? It's Italian for the good life, I think. All right, so we've got to roll with it. How many calories in here now? It does not say. Gosh. That's unusual. Usually everything's labeled. Well, I guess it's not. I don't know. These are about the size of a Hawaiian roll, so I'm going to go with the calorie count for that. Calorie count for a cup of soup as made just with the package is 160. We bulked it out with broccoli, which is going to lower it a little bit. But we're going to make up for that. That's fine. By adding some cheese and some sour cream. Start with a cup. I gotta say, it looks pretty yummy. So after doing the calculations with everything, I think a cup of this soup as bulked out with broccoli and some cheese and sour cream is probably about 200 calories. And I have to get the thumbnail first before I taste it. Let's see, we're not going to put a 1/4 cup serving size of cheese. That'd be 110. Put about 1/4 of that. So with that and the sour, this is just like Fiesta Walmart brand cheese. And I think this came from Lidl. Something like that. And I'm a weirdo that always needs to get just the perfect amount of sour cream, so that's why I use 2 coffee spoons. Get that aesthetic. All right, so we're going to come back after I clear this all up, get the bread out, and get my thumbnail. Okay, so now we're going to taste this. Cheese is nicely melted. This is actually pretty easy to make. I think if I recall correctly, the soup mix itself was $3 and something. I'll put that on the screen. The sour cream and cheese, prorated, it doesn't add a whole lot to the cost, you know, maybe like 10 cents a piece for each. The rolls were, if you prorate it what it costs, let's see, what's $30? That's $30 divided by 5. So the rolls are probably like $6. But it's because they're organic, they're from a farm, they, you know, they're special. But I'm going to use the calorie count, whatever a Hawaiian roll is, I'm going to use in this. And this 1 cup of soup is probably about 200 calories. So I'll post the final calorie count of the soup with the bread, again, up here. Try the soup plain. Blue fun, yes. That's quite good. That is actually superior to some of the ones I've had in restaurants, surprisingly enough. But I suppose it's not surprising because it's got fresh broccoli in it. Oh, the broccoli was probably, for all of that broccoli, that was probably like $5 worth of broccoli. So this, I would say, is like, it's quick, it's easy, relatively fast. Usually you can't get quick, easy, and fast. In one meal. But I think we actually nailed that. Because we added broccoli, I would say that there is probably easily at least 10 cups of soup in here. And I suppose if you were feeding somebody that was doing like manual labor, how are the rolls just plain? They taste exactly like Hawaiian rolls that you get from, well, whatever the name of that company is. I suppose if you were feeding somebody who had been doing manual labor all day, you would probably need to add another protein source in here. Which I don't think there's a whole lot of protein in here. But if you have like a desk job, and you, like me, if you're on a diet, it's this is probably enough. But yes, I would make this again. This is a great way to use up leftover broccoli if, like us, you had 4 heads of broccoli in the house and you needed to use it up. But I would say out of 5, simply because it's quick, it's easy, and it is cheap. You can usually get 2 out of 3 of those, but you usually can't get quick, easy, and cheap. All 3 of them in the same meal. But this one, I would say we achieved that. I would give this like a 4.5 out of 5. So I would definitely make this again. I would definitely recommend it. All right, so this is what we do on this channel. We do produce unboxings, we do cooking, we do product reviews, and we do product reviews from produce unboxing, like this one came from Seasonal Roots. The mix came from Aldi's. I also do some like vacation content sometimes. And what else? Oh yeah, sometimes I do videos on like American school breakfast and lunch. But that's about it. If you like this kind of stuff, come on over to my boring channel for more boring videos. But even if you don't, have a fantastic day. And don't forget, like and subscribe if you want to help me out. All right, have a fantastic day.